This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the place for all your Pokemon TCG online needs. Looking for some Rebel Clash boosters? No problem, they got your back and deliver the codes instantly. So definitely check them out at PotownStore.com and use the coupon code ZapdosTCG for 5% of your next order. Also, if you're from Europe, be sure to check out cardmarket.com. This is the best place for you to get physical cards. You can buy cards from people all across Europe as well as sell cards yourself. It's the best platform for buying and selling physical cards in Europe, and I personally use it every single day. So be sure to check out the website if you haven't already, cardmarket.com. What's up YouTube, it's ZapdosTCG here and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. This is going to be the first deck profile post-rotation with Darkness Ablaze cards. So if you're hyped for this series, be sure to demolish the like button as always, that helps out the channel tremendously. So this is the first archetype and this is the most hyped one, to be honest, because Darkness Ablaze will be all about Eternatus V Max. Eternatus V Max is a card that can hit crazy numbers. Definitely if we consider that Galarian Zigzagoon can help out with spreading some more damage and the scoop up net combo, it's fantastic. So in a scenario like this, we still have, of course, 4 copies, a 4 line of Eternatus V Max. I know it's going to be kind of an expensive deck, but there's going to be coming out a promo box where you can get Eternatus full art as well as Eternatus V Max full art in a collection box. So that shouldn't be an issue right here. Definitely get a couple of these boxes and you should be good. So what can we say? This list only runs Darkness type Pokemon because we need to fill up our bench with, of course, that amazing ability Infinity Zone. Infinity Zone lets us get 8 bench Pokemon in total if there's only Darkness type Pokemon on our bench, which is going to be the case since we're not running any other types whatsoever. The Eternatus V is using the attack 30 damage, and you can accelerate the Darkness energy, which is actually not bad. If you go second, you can get this attack off instantly. We also have that 1 copy of Rose in here, which I'm gonna explain later, but you should know that Eternatus V will mostly only use its first attack. Then we go over to the Eternatus V Max, and Eternatus V Max has, of course, 340 HP, a whole heap of HP, and then we also smack the amazing damage output, 30 damage for every one of our Darkness type Pokemon in play. So with a full bench, thanks to that Infinity Zone ability, we can have up to 9 Pokemon that are Darkness type, and that results into 270 damage for only 2 energies. People might run things like Capture Energy in a list like this, but I'm not a fan of Capture Energy at all. I would rather slap down my Galarian Zigzagoons so we can actually abuse that ability, Headbutt Tantrum, to smack some even more damage counters across the field, because 270, pair that with a couple of Galarian Zigzagoon and some Scoop Up Nets, and you'll get the 1-hit KO on the V Max. Not only that, you one-shot all the tag teams around. You only need 1 Galarian Zigzagoon to even get the ADP down, so this is going to be a very fast and very insane deck. If you probably will always want to go first, because that means you can get the attachment on Eternatus V, and afterwards you can just use the V Max and then attach again and then go crazy, get the 1-hit KOs you've always desired. That's also the reason why we're running 3 copies of Boss's Orders, to be able to gust whatever we want and one-shot them. We have 4 copies of Crobat V, so we know that Eternatus V Max has, of course, a huge damage cap, and the only bad thing about Eternatus V is its retreat cost of 3, so that's why we're still running 2 physical copies of Switch, as well as running the new Hide Darkness Energy, which provides free retreat to every Darkness Pokemon that this is equipped to. Otherwise it's just Darkness Energy. You have to be worried about the special energies here, because I do predict that people will be playing Dangerous Drill, so that's why we're also playing that. Very good in the mirror match, but can get rid of a whole lot of stuff. But more on the item cards and supporter cards in a minute. First of all, Crobat V, you will need 4 copies of that to make your deck as consistent as possible. Since we have 8 bench slots available, we're gonna try and spam Crobat V every single turn. How do we do that? We have 4 Quick Ball, we have 4 Great Ball, and we have 4 Communication, so getting that as your additional draw engine will be fantastic. The Crobat V is just like Shaman EX, you smack it down and then you can draw cards until you have 6 cards in the hand. So what you want to do is like Smack down Zigzagoon, Quick Ball, another Zigzagoon, another Quick Ball, thinning out your hand, get a Crobat V, smack Crobat V down, draw some more cards, and then you even have access to powerful supporters. We have Research, Marnie, Boss Zordas, and of course Rose. Only one copy of Rose. The reason for that is going to be explained very shortly, but now, because we know that Crobat V is our draw engine, it also smacks 70 damage, but you're never going to use that attack, let's be honest. Crobat V is just here to sit on our bench, and if we slap it down, we draw cards. Then we have the Galarian Zigzagoon, probably, if not the most powerful, consistent damage modifier in the format. We can just slap it down and put 1 damage counter on whatever Pokemon we desire from the opponent. In combination with Scoop Up Net, you can get some dangerous damage spread around, which is awesome because, 270 is not the number for V Maxes, but with Galarian Zigzagoon, Eternatus V Max can get the one-hit KOs we've always desired. So Galarian Zigzagoon, very nice. You can scoop it up if you want to reuse the ability again, but it's nice on the bench because it helps with the damage output. Next is 2 copies of Hoopa. We have 2 different Hoopas, by the way. We have the one from, I think it was Unified Minds, and then we also have the new one from Darkness Ablaze. The new one is nice. It reminds me of Zapdos. You come from the bench, go flying into the active position, and then you slap a huge amount of damage. For 1 energy, 90 damage. This could be your early game scenario. If you know you have your Rose in your hand, you might as well take a KO on a weaker Pokemon. For instance, things like Jirachi have a weak amount of HP. You could also put up some pressure. Let's say you smack with your Hoopa. You could put 90 damage on an opposing Eternatus V, and then out of nowhere you use Rose, accelerate more energies, and you get the one-hit KO. That's why the Rose is in here. Hoopa is very situational, but with Scoop Up Net and switches, you can actually get that Hoopa into the active position very niftily and get that 90 damage you want. Next up is the other Hoopa, and that is going to be the Evil Abomination one from Unified Minds, being able, of course, to use 10 damage plus 20 more for every one of the opponent's abilities in play. So if in a mirror match, you will see lots of abilities. You will see Eternatus V Max, Crobat, Zigzagoons, a whole lot of abilities. So that's when Hoopa can fly in and maybe get a whole lot of damage across the board, which is awesome. Also works out against other matches that use a lot of abilities. So this is our arsenal. We have 2 single prize attackers. We have Eternatus V Max, and also these single prize attackers will be necessary if you are up against something like the Decidueye or an Altaria deck. Maybe you could add an Ordinary Rod to get them back, but these should be enough to actually maybe dong the opponent or whatever. It always happens. You decide to go like second, and then Hoopa flies into the active, you dong people, it's fine. Next up, the supporter line. We have 4 research. Why a heavy amount of research? I want actually to have those darkness energies in the discard pile very early on, so we can surprisingly use Rose, which is awesome. Rose is a supporter. You can see that it's the 4th supporter in this kind of a list. We only run 1 copy of Rose, but Rose actually the states accelerate 2 darkness energies from from the discard pile to one of your V Maxes, and then discard your hand. I know what you're saying. We discard our hand, but this is in emergency situations where the opponent got rid of our special energy and we are not able to attack. You can attack with a simple Eternatus V if you want to, but I do love the 1 Rose in here. It's for emergency purposes, and out of nowhere you can get a KO when the opponent least expects it and take prize cards. And if you can take prize cards, you still have a hand once again, and with the heavy amount of Great Ball, Quick Ball, and Communication, you'll probably draw out of that with a Crobat. So that's why the 1 copy of Rose is nice. Very nice in testing, because with this, the opponent sometimes uses a dangerous drill on us and we are set back, and out of nowhere we use Rose and even one-shot an opposing Eternatus V Max thanks to the many snipes of Galarian Zigzagoon. So the 1 copy of Rose is sufficient. And also Boss Zordas, very powerful, because we don't run Eldigos or any other things for that matter. We need 3 physical copies of Boss Zordas to use that insane attack of Eternatus V Max on whatever we please. And with Crobat, you don't always need draw support in the form of Research or Marnie. Sometimes you just use Crobat. I don't have it. And then you can maybe get your Boss Zordas if you draw enough. So thin out your hand, use all the cards you have, Scoop Up, Quick Ball, Great Ball, all insta-playable cards, and then out of nowhere, bam! It's going to be a Crobat V, Night Away ability, and draw into your Boss Zordas. Marnie is also nice because Marnie in combination with Power Plant is busted. definitely against decks like Baby Blacephalon and Pikarom. If you put them to a low hand size with Marnie and then slap down Power Plant, they will be sitting there in their hand with the Dedenne GX and say like, oh dang it, well played. So that's the combination right there. So as mentioned, a whole lot of item based search to find our Pokemon. People also put in stuff like Capture Energy in this list, since you also can get a Carlos Energy for the attack of Eternatus V Max. But I'm a bigger fan of playing more item based draw, because with a lot of these I dunk a lot of opponents. Sometimes if I'm up against a deck like this and they start with, for instance, a Galarian Zigzagoon and they go first and they don't get a Crobat or whatever, we can dunk them by getting our Hoopa instantly. We do run 2 switches, we do run the hide-in energies and the Scoop Up Net, so it's fine as it is. Then Scoop Up Net, very important to reuse Galarian Zigzagoon, but can also get your Hoopa out of a nasty situation, which is awesome. And then Dangerous Drill, which is a very underrated card, but will be busted because you can get rid of a Darkness Pokemon from your hand, which will probably be, yeah, all of our Pokemon are Darkness. And in return, you can either get rid of a tool card, of a special energy, or from a stadium card. So you can get rid of stadium cards, you can get rid of tool cards and special energies. That's way too good not to abuse. You can get rid of the big charms, you can get rid of the giant, the capes, toughness cloaks, yeah, those cards. You can also get rid of things like, yeah, other tool cards that might cause some trouble, but the more important part is getting rid of special energies. And seeing as every single type gets some sort of a special energy, we've seen Speed Lightning Energy, Horror Psychic Energy. A lot of these types will get special energies, for instance the Heat, Fire Energy, and Darkness Ablaze. So very good in the mirror match, getting rid of the opposing Capture Energies or Hide Darkness Energies. Yeah. What a mouthful. Next up, 2 copies of Switch, just getting out of the active position. Sometimes, if you rely on Hide Darkness Energy and they get rid of your energy, as well as using Crushing Hammer builds, you will not like that, and that's why Switch comes in play. Sometimes Hoopa can fly into the active position more oftenly. You can also opt to go for Air Balloon, but I think physical copies of Switch can also get you out of paralysis scenarios, which is nice. And then we also have Black Market, which is very nice because the opponent takes 1 fewer prize card if it's in play, and if you have a Darkness Energy attached to one of your Darkness Pokemon. Then 1 copy of Power Plant. I do expect still people playing Dedenne, definitely because it comes from the Trainer Toolkit. So these are our Stadium cards. We have Black Market, Power Plant, and also the Dangerous Rail can also get rid of Stadium cards, which is awesome. Then 7 basic copies of the Darkness Energy, and then 2 Hide Darkness Energy. You could add that up even further, maybe include Capture Energy if you find out more, your playstyle. But this is the deck profile for today, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this first deck profile of Darkness Ablaze. Let me know what you would change about the list. Are you a fan of the Rose? I am very curious to hear your opinions down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to mouse the like button, subscribe for more content, and I will see you guys in the next video very, very shortly. I'm out. Peace.